on this episode of Chasing the Dream Outdoors.
That is bloody as bloody can get.
September 10th, fourth day of the season. Haven't seen much yet. Got beans out front, great bottom in the back, acorns. A lot of these deer bed down in the beans this time of year because they're so tall. Should be a pretty good morning, but I guess we'll see. My camera arm is disabled at the moment. I unscrewed something in the dark, so it's gonna be handheld for the day. If I shoot something, it won't be on camera, which is a bummer, but if more deer come in, you'll be able to see them. On camera because my camera arm pooped out on me. My adjustment lever would not work for my elevation and it unscrewed itself. So I retired that for the morning. Anyways, I had a couple does come in. They went out to the bean field out in front of me, hunting a real good acorn flat, oak flat. Acorns everywhere falling all morning. Crazy in here. It sounds like a training. Had about 4 does go about 80 yards from me out of the beans, bedded down in the beans. I looked up and had a doe just right on top of me, about 15 yards. She gave me perfect broadside shot. Alright, we're on the ground. Grab the bow.
Old Hoyt did it again.
Go look at this arrow. Hoping for good blood. Jacob's supposed to be here already. He's late.
Yeah, it's already found it.
Ants all over this thing. No telling what she looks like. Yeah, it's good blood.
Got a doe down, hopefully. Right here. That arrow's up in there.
But you sure she wasn't lower?
She might have been, but...
She probably ran this trail right here, I'm sure. I don't feel blood at all.
I know.
Even on these green leaves.
Okay, nothing. If she jumps on that tree, you'll see her sprayed on that tree. If she doesn't jump on that tree, she had to go up here.
Or the trail right here, so. If she's dead, she ought to be right up here somewhere.
Ain't no blood nowhere. Like, at all. She looks like dead. Yeah, I walked down here.
Got some finally?
down there. Looks like this one looking for the next.
Maybe she went out in the field if we're lucky.
Huh?
Maybe she went out in the field if we're lucky.
The trail right here, she probably knows what's it. You said you heard her. Oh, you heard her? I heard it. Just calling for him. There's a thicket. The thicket kind of thinned out a little bit on the down low. Looks like a good shot.
She had to go one way or another. Oh, I see her. She's in a freaking creek down there. Yeah. She's underneath a tree branch.
Hold on a second. Hold on. God, what was she doing?
Alright, so it starts. Got her. She's been dead for a while. Turn her over and look at this.
It's the afternoon of September 7th. I'm on the front part of the farm I hunt. We don't hunt this very much. I'm actually on doe patrol tonight, so I just had a doe at 80 yards in the creek, so looks promising. I'm gonna start them across the creek again, so I'm gonna get off here. That worked nicely. I had seen that doe a few times today. I was watching those fawns when they came up, and I didn't see her until she was right there, 30 yards. She snuck up on me. As she come up, I thought she was gonna go up to the field, and then she came back down toward the bottom. I had one gap I could shoot at 30 yards, and she made the mistake of walking in it. So, doe down. Well, here she is, guys. She went probably 20 yards and piled up. Luckily, it was right on the edge of the bean field, so didn't have to drag her too far. I'd actually seen this doe and two other fawns when I first got in the stand. I wasn't there. I didn't even have my bow up in the tree. And then pretty much from there, I've seen them running up and down, playing in the creek and everything. And so eventually the two fawns come running through, I guess just playing. And it went back toward where they came from. So I kind of watched them. They kind of fed back through, probably feeding on acorns. There's oaks all over the place. And I was filming them, and then heard a twig break and turned to the left, and she was standing there at 30 yards, which I had no idea where she came from. But she went up. I thought she was going to go to the field, but she, I guess she probably smelt where I came in, kind of got nervous, and kind of walked back toward the bottom. And there was one gap there that I had a shot. It was 30 yards, which you can see in the video. She didn't really stop, so
kind of had a shooter walking, but that 2-blade Rage with the extreme blades on them plowed through, and she didn't go very far, as you might see in the video. But first doe of the year, filling the freezer, and I guess we'll see if we can get a buck now.
What's up, guys? It's David with Chasin The Dream Outdoors. September 14th here. It's our second sit in the apple orchard. We had doe and 2 fawns come in last night. Doe got about 40 yards, and I was just trying to fill the freezer and took a shot at her, but unfortunately shot straight over top of her. And it happens to everybody. Most of the deer here move right around 7, 8 o'clock, so hopefully some does will walk out tonight, or even a mature buck walk out and we can get a shot at it. Cut.
Take it easy on me, baby, 'cause you don't know where I've been. Slipping out of alleyways, tell me where it's gonna end. You said you'd let me be.
She would not turn around at all, man. She was focused right on us. I don't know what it was. I don't know if that's the doe we shot at last night, and she thought it was us, but man, I'm glad something snapped back there in the woods. She got that head turned. I had to draw back real quick.
And she turned back about halfway draw. I thought she was going to hear that click on your bow.
Yeah. Man, thumped her.
When she went back, I seen blood go and just...
2-blade Rage hypodermic got it done, buddy. Driving back there now, going to get her. Figured we'd give her some time, bring our gear back up to the Jeep. We're headed back down there to that valley now. We can bring the Jeep basically all the way out there, so we don't got a 1.5 mile long drag for it. So hopefully she sounded like she dropped about 40, 50 yards away and crashed. So hopefully she's right where we think she is. Coming at you live, David Water. We pulled right down here, right where we got a shot at her, and we'll look for my arrow in the blood. Shouldn't be too hard with the nocturnals. So. Yeah, she did. That is bloody as bloody can get. It's pouring out of here. Look at that. That's only 5 yards in. Alright guys, well, the Hoyt Maxxis 35 got it done. Last year I ended off the season with missing 2 does, unfortunately, and then last night I missed a doe. Same spot right here. Finally redeemed myself. Yeah. Hit her a little high, but
clipped the top of the lung. She went about 75 yards and crashed. That rage hypodermic had blood just pouring out, buckets and buckets. We seen her come in at about 120 yards probably. Seen her walk out, and then she smelt us. She went back in the woods and ended up popping out 25 yards in front of us. And she seemed really sketched out. I think she knew we were there, but she couldn't find out where she was, and she stood there forever, and I was waiting for her to turn so I could pull back, and she finally heard something snap back in the woods, and I had just enough time to pull back, and right as she turned back around and looked back up at us, had arrow flying straight through her. So glad we could get it done tonight, redeem myself after 3 misses.